What's going on? It's your man Carolina said. I'm here with the most beautifulest, pretty Tiff. We in the building. This is the Love and Flaws podcast with Sen and Tiff and Sen. So this is episode 1. So welcome to everybody who's tuning in, who's checking us out, whether it be on YouTube or whether it be on Spotify. We appreciate y'all having y'all here. So we're gonna jump right into it. Again, this is a show that talks about love and relationships, and sometimes we do family stuff. But we're gonna get in. So the very first episode, the inaugural episode of Love and Flaws. Oh, we're gonna jump right in with 2 feet.
Jump in, brother.
Yo,
Jump in.
where to go? My man Big, like she say he just a friend. So
Hey,
can
hey.
men and women just be friends? Can men and women just I have an opinion, but usually we men are wrong on this situation. So this is what I'm gonna do, Tiff. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give a short synopsis answer of my opinion.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
I'll let you go.
Okay.
And then I can elaborate, right? So
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say this. I said short, but I like to talk. I run my mouth, right? But
It's all good.
let me preface this by saying I'm different, right? I'm different. I used to not want to say that, Tiff, because every dude that's not different says, "Yo, ma, I'm different. I'm not the same as
You know how
everybody
many
else."
times I heard I
Yo,
was different?
yo, but I wear it as a badge of honor, and my
Yeah,
people who know me know that I am a different type of
you
dude.
are. You
You know
are.
what I mean? So I used to not want to say it, but now I'm proud. I'm proud that I can say that I'm not this nonsense. And the crazy part is there's a we try to get and men try to get props. Like dudes out there gonna be wanting to revoke my man call for this, but dudes be wanting to get props for being different, for being good about the bare minimum, right?
Mm,
I'm not a cheater. I don't cheat. I don't deserve a cookie for that. That's ground rule
that's
number
what you
one,
thought, right?
right? You know what I'm
Especially if
saying?
you're in a relationship.
Right. I don't be stealing out your purse. I'm not, and listen, and I'm not knocking people for going through it, but I'm not an addict. I'm not putting you through
No, we're
that
gonna we
stuff.
gonna knock it. If you gotta steal out of a woman's purse,
Right. But I'm saying
listen, you need to get
I'm
this
not an
out of
addict.
here.
I'm not hooked on anything. I
Right.
appreciate everybody that's in recovery. So again, I ain't knocking
Right, right,
nobody.
right, right,
I'm just
right.
saying the things that you hear people brag about not doing, should be bare minimum. I got a job, I got my own car, I'm about to buy a house next year. Like I'm not crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't beat on
Right.
women. I'm not putting my hands on all of that stuff should be the bare minimum. The stuff that we supposed to be proud about should be like I treat you with respect. I put you on a pedestal, like the above and beyond, right?
Right, right, right.
So so I say I'm different. We brought this topic up because me and you have been brother and sister since day one, 10 years
Day
plus.
one.
Right.
Day
And
one.
there ain't never been nothing romantic between us, ever even
Nope.
blurred the line or anything.
Nope,
I will
never.
say
We done
this.
hung out, we done drunk together.
Right,
We
right,
done shit used
right,
to I used to let you use my car. You know
right,
what I'm saying? Like, yo, take
right,
my car. And ladies,
right.
he brought it back with a full tank of gas and didn't even have to ask him,
Tell
okay?
you I'm
But
different. I'm built different.
but you know what I'm saying?
I'm
I'm just
different.
saying that because it's always though just been friends.
Right. So I will
Always.
say this. So I do think it's possible. I used to be of the mindset, nah, they can't do it. I will say this. It's it's 9 out of 10 though. Like it's 1 out of 10 that can do it and do it successfully. It's
What
super
hold
the
on, one out of
minority
ten men that can
that can have
be
platonic
strictly friends?
relationships
Okay,
and be
okay.
respectful, right?
Okay. Oh,
So
and be respectful though. That's a big one.
right. So
You gotta add that in.
I do think it's possible, but I think it's very, very rare. And that's why I
Okay.
pat myself. I am one of those rare ones. I
You
think it's
already.
rare. And I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of ladies out there that are like, nah, my home this homeboy, that none of you're wrong. He will smash if you give him the opportunity to. I'm just telling you. I'm just letting you know. You wrong. It's probably higher than 9 out of 10, but we just use the simple math, right? It's nine out of 10 dudes. If you give them they may have never pressed you about it, but if you give them the opportunity to, they smash it. But Tiff, I'm gonna let I didn't ran my mouth enough. Go ahead. What you think
Listen,
about
it's all good. Now, first, I'm gonna start off by saying this. I think it's 1,000% possible. I do.
it? Anything
Now,
possible? It's aliens is
now
possible.
you remember, I was dating a guy,
Okay.
and I don't know if you remember this. I was dating a guy not too long ago, and when I brought you up to him, he was like, he want to smash, right? He want to hit. I said, no, I swear. And when I called you up and talked to you about it, you was like, Tiff,
I'm
most
not
guys
mad.
would.
Right.
Right. And that's what you said. He was like, if I
I
ever
ain't
meet
mad.
dude, I can't be mad at him. But all I can do is let him know, yo, I'm not. That ain't me into this
Right.
relationship. But I guess because let me say this. Number one, I have two older brothers, right?
Okay.
So even growing up, I always tended to gravitate toward men more
Okay.
in a non-sexual manner and a you know what I'm saying? Because I felt comfortable, like I could be you get around girls sometimes you know what I'm saying? It's the whole petty stuff and pretty
Oh
and
yeah, y'all caddy.
so very catty. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? With men, you didn't have to go through that. I've had male friends outside of you. I've never had a male friendship as close as you and I are. I will say that. But I have had male friends that have never tried to hit on me. Now they might say something slick like, you
Yeah.
bad, and you know what I'm saying,
Right.
or dang, your ass look good in them pants. But as far as like really trying to be like, yo, let me take you out, let me hit. I haven't had that. I'm not saying all of them, but a majority of them. I think as long as y'all know each other boundaries, you understand, especially if y'all in relationships. I think it's possible. I think it can be done.
It's
And I think
possible. I'm
I
saying it's
think that
rare.
sometimes we don't give men enough credit
No,
because not
no.
every man sees a pretty woman and wants
Yeah.
to have sex.
Yes, yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Come
They absolutely
on.
do. And I'm a good dude and I feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
No.
here's the thing. Let me preface this. So me and Tiff, so we were working together, and that's how we met. We
Right.
was in training class at a job that we both worked. Tiff hit me from day one with a nurturing vibe. Like this, like that's my like a big sis. I'm gonna look out for him because during
Yeah.
that time, like what she said, she let me use her car. Like I was going through. I had matter of fact, I had just broken
Got
up with
out of
my
a
high school
relationship.
sweetheart, and so I had moved from Florida to North Carolina, back to North Carolina, and I gave up my car because she was paying for two cars that was her and her ex-husband, and they split. So it was like I'm gonna just sell mine, and I'll start making payment. I'll pay for the extra car to help alleviate her financial woe, right? And then there's
Right.
no need in having three cars there. So when we separated, she was on her, nah, fuck that.
That's
I'm
my
taking my
car.
car, right? You know what I mean? So for a couple months, I was at a new job. And luckily, I was like, I'm telling y'all, I was down bad. I was riding a bicycle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was riding a
Yeah.
bicycle, and I ain't too. I'm gonna tell you something else is gonna happen on this show. I don't have the man pride where I can't be vulnerable about things,
It's a
right?
thousand.
So
It is what
so I'm
it
gonna
is.
say it. You know what I'm saying? So Tiff would let me use her car. Like Tiff was looking out for me from day one. Our vibe was never on that. You know what I'm saying? Plus,
Never.
plus we had a
And
predator.
people used to think it was.
They did. They
People used to
did.
think that we was rocking together like that. And
Right.
I'm like, yo, that's like I'll fight every broad in here for him if they disrespect him. But it wasn't because I was with you. It was, yo, that's my brother.
Right. Right. Plus we had a predator hawking you anyways. You know what I'm saying? So we can get into that on another episode. You know what I mean? But but now, so our vibe. So I do think a lot of it depends on how the situation organically begins. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
we didn't meet in a
At a
club,
club, right, right.
you know what I'm saying? Um,
Or McDonald's or something.
right. And
I was ordering food.
there wasn't a like we was co-workers, so there wasn't a setup situation. You know what I mean? There
Yeah,
wasn't that
yeah,
kind of vibe. And then,
right.
excuse me, and then like I said, you was looking out for me. So I'm like, yo. And again, because I say I'm different, I'm me, I stand on my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, she golden. She golden in my book forever. Like when like loyalty is not something that is as common or as carried forward as it used to be,
Is it
right?
right? But it's
And so,
everything. But it's everything.
because I'm gonna tell you this, people are like, I think I've talked to people about our show, and people mutually that know us, they're like, yo, it's gonna be, we think y'all are gonna be successful. And
Yeah.
Tiff has said, I'm gonna follow your lead because I've done things like this, you know what I'm saying? And that's half of it, right? People are like, well, yeah, of course it's gonna go fine because she's gonna follow your lead. And I'm like, well, hold up. There's been plenty of time in history where musicians or art, anybody has just followed somebody and they've led them down the wrong path.
Well, right,
Or they ended up broke.
right,
So like
right.
just because somebody is willing to follow your lead does not mean that it's automatically go to work. The
Right.
second part of it is, and I mean this and I stand on this because I love this woman right here. It's my sister. I have her best interests at heart. So yeah,
Always.
she gonna follow my lead, but my interest is to make sure that we are successful and we are prospering. And so that's what I hope generates the
And,
good
and, and,
good
and
stuff.
that's what I'm saying. With all of that you're talking about, never have we ever
That's who. It's an
been
exception though. It's an
romantic.
exception to the rule.
We, but now, but what I'm saying, you are an exception. You are, and I feel like I'm an exception. But we can't be the only exceptions in the
That's
world.
true.
There
And
has
that's
to be other
right.
male and female friendships that have been successful and that are genuine.
Listen, that's what
So
gives me hope. That's what gives me hope because I'm like,
is our
if
relationship.
if I'm not a liar and a cheater, then there's got to be other not liar and cheaters out there, right? Like because you watch
Fact.
so much, and this society has pushed like it's cool to be the side chick or the side piece,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's cool to have an extra. Like, look at the stuff playing out with like Blueface and Krishan, right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
she
love
ain't.
her, but she's from Baltimore, right?
I believe it.
She's from Baltimore. And I love her, but I
I love
also
her
want to,
too.
as a big sister, I want to shake her.
And he don't care. He don't care.
You
You know what I'm
don't
saying?
care.
He was right back with his baby mama or whoever that was. You know what I'm saying? And society makes that cool to do. We rap we,
Yeah.
we we rap about it in the music. We sing about it. Listen, I'm gonna tell you when I knew when Chris Brown came out with Loyal and he's singing These Hoes Ain't Loyal, and there was more females singing that song than they was dudes. I'm like,
Right, right, right. But hold on. Now that brings up a great topic.
okay.
Now, do you feel like, because this is how I feel, women nowadays will probably pursue a man and say that it's a friendship to get closer to him for it to be something different than a man would nowadays.
What you mean? What you mean? What you mean?
Okay, so some men will play that friend part, right? Because they stand in the background like, yeah, I'm gonna be that friend. But as soon as dude fuck up,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
I think women
They
do that nowadays more than men do.
Oh, I feel you. I feel you. I think women always did that. I just think they more bold about it now, right? Because I remember somebody telling this joke a long time ago. They was like, "Yo, so if a guy walk in and he got a pretty little thing on his arm, and she
All
seems
right,
dope, she got a good vibe, and he like say it's at a wedding, and you walk up to your other guys, and there's four of them standing there, and you're like, "Yo, this my girl." Boom, boom, boom. We chat, and we walk off. The dudes in the circle are like, "Yo, he got a real one. I need to find me one like that." Right
right, right,
now, on the flip side. And then a woman comedian said this joke, and I ain't seen nobody disagree. So this ain't me saying this, ladies. Don't come for my neck, right? She said
You just a messenger.
she walk into the wedding with her new man, and he's successful, handsome, whatever. She walk up to her group of friends, and she's like, "Yo, this my
Mm.
man's," and they talk, and they walk off. The girls in the group are like, "I'm gonna take him from her."
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they always, and I heard that joke years ago. So
Facts.
I just feel like now with the women empowerment that's been going on, and that's a great thing.
Aw,
Not, but
come
that's
on now. Some of that shit ain't women empowerment, but we
I'm
gonna
just
talk about
saying.
that later.
I'm just saying. It's okay now to talk about that. That's how you are. You know what I mean? And societies could cater into it. You know what I mean? But you're right. There's the two type of friends. So I don't believe in a friend zone, right? I don't think again my man card about to
Hold
get
what you mean you don't believe in a friend zone? What you mean?
my man card about to get
Elaborate.
revoked again because like you either her friend or you not her friend, nigga. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I got passionate about it for a second. You
Listen,
know what I'm saying?
listen,
You
give it to them.
you either her friend or you not her friend, my guy. Right?
Okay.
There is no or you're scheming and you're not legitimate, right? So there is no
Or you're not
okay,
being honest about it.
right. So it's not let me try and talk to her and okay, so she's kind of giving me the Heisman. I'm just gonna lay low over here until I get an opportunity to put my foot in the door, right?
Okay.
You not in the friend zone because you're not her friend. You got
Right, right,
ulterior
right, right.
motives. You got
I
ulterior
got you.
motives.
That's facts.
So now you have situations like I'm gonna put it out there. I got a friend that I really dig, that I'm into, and she's made it clear. I mean, I ain't pressed her about it, but she's made it clear like we just friends, right? But I genuinely respect our friendship, though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not laying in the
But
cut.
can you genuinely respect the friendship? And this is just a question.
Okay.
Can you genuinely respect the friendship, knowing in the back of your mind, if she said, "Yo, let's take it to the next level," that you gonna be with it?
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I had to answer
All
for you.
right.
So first of all, I didn't anticipate this was not I wasn't like, let me become friends with her because I think she's hot or I think she's dope and I'm interested.
Okay.
We just started bonding and forming a friendship. And
Okay.
then I'm like, yo, she really surprises like, yo, this chick is not only is she bad, she really dope in the head. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then I'm like, well, I ain't pressing this. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
respect our friendship. And here's the difference because and I just had this conversation. I ain't about dudes get goofy when they get rejected, right? When they realize they don't have a chance, right?
Okay.
So I'm not on goofy. If nothing
Yeah.
ever
Yeah.
happens between us, I really
It is.
genuinely
Yeah.
respect our relationship and our conversations and things like that. Like that is enough to
Do you
satisfy.
respect it enough to not? Let's say she
I'm
said,
never gonna test it. But if she tests me,
"Oh, okay,
you know what I'm saying? But
okay,
I'm never gonna cross that. I have no
okay."
intentions of crossing that line. Drunk, sober, indifferent. I have no intentions of pressing that. I even though I don't agree with everything that has changed, I do think traditionally or historically men have had an entitlement presence about themselves
Oh, absolutely.
and hitting on people and stuff. So I'm not that forward anyway. It's probably part of why I'm single because I'm not a forward type dude.
You don't even know when a woman half of the time
Yeah, I don't know when they hitting on
is
me.
interested in you. Right.
Right. I
Like
have no
you
clue.
don't, yeah, unless
No
she
clue.
walk up to you, grab you by your face and kiss you,
Right.
you,
But you know
yeah,
why part of that is though is because I'm not trying to be that guy. Right. So a lot of men just walk around trying to radar that, trying to vibe that. Who
right,
who
right.
who in this room would let me smash? Who in this room gonna, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not
But
on
you
that.
know what? I think with men too, with that part of it, not only are they looking to see who's gonna let them, who's gonna allow them in. You know what I'm saying? To even let them do that. I don't even think it's like radar. Like, yo, if I talk to her, and that's what you got to be careful with. Cause
Right.
see, I'm the type of woman, I don't mind having a male friend. Cause I'm
Right.
the type, I'm gonna go to my male friends, and cause they gonna give me the real most of the time.
Oh yeah.
My
Yeah.
female friends is going most, not all of them, but cause I got some real true female friends that's gonna be like, yo, this is what it is.
Right.
But I have some,
I'm
most
gonna
of
give
them,
you
they
the
gonna
real
sugarcoat.
perspective. I'm gonna be like, yo, this is what he's thinking. This
Right,
this is what he's
exactly.
thinking.
You're
Right.
like, Tiff, hold on. You might think that he's saying this, but you know what I'm saying, or he's thinking this. But with that being said, I have to be careful with that because I in my mind I'm like, yo, you just think I'm a dope kid.
Right.
Like you just think
Nah, he trying to
like
slide.
I'm cool as fuck.
Nah, he trying to slide. He trying to slide. I'm telling you. But I listen, I have
Oh
friends that
god.
I have friends that I've been friends with for years that I ain't never thought it. I ain't never thought. And I do think, because we're a little older, I do think after you've
Yeah.
fostered relationships for there comes a point where you've been friends so long that now you wouldn't cross that line.
Yeah.
Again, again, I'm a little different, but I have a lot of friends. I just want where's camera one? I just want to be clear about this. I have a lot of friends that
And
if y'all ever
you
call
connect
me
with a
up,
lot of females.
right? I'm a likable guy. I'm a big teddy bear. You know what I'm saying?
You
And
are.
I have a lot of friends. Even though I'm a nice, cuddly, I'm a teddy bear. That if they let me put my paws on them,
If I gotta put the pause on you,
yo, I would smash in a heartbeat.
how,
Like,
how many female friends, right? Real
right?
talk.
Okay,
How many female friends, and excuse the fooling around, there was some technical difficulties. But how many female friends,
right.
right, do you have right now that if they gave you the opportunity to smash, though, you would smash?
See, all right.
Real
First off,
talk.
let me add a disclaimer real quick. I'm talking about if I was single, because I'm not a cheater, right? But
Right, right,
right,
right,
right.
right.
But the question should be, Tiff, not how many would I smash. The question should be, how many do you have right now that you wouldn't smash, right? Because it was like, listen, if we went through my Facebook, if we went through my Facebook, if I was scrolling through Facebook and
Okay.
Instagram or TikTok, I got 9,000. I got almost 9,000 followers on TikTok, and if I was
Okay.
going through, it'd be like I'd have to
But
pick the
don't,
ones.
but come on, all of those though, brother, is not real
Okay,
genuine
okay, okay,
friendship. We
okay.
talking
Let's talk
about
about the 200. I got 250 friends on Facebook, and I genuinely know, like, really know all of them, but maybe 4 or 5 that I haven't actually met in person. I got a very
okay,
small amount of people on my
okay,
Facebook that I don't know, that I actually don't know. So
okay.
let's say we talking 240 that I actually know.
240. Do I need
Let's
to start
say
doing math?
no, let's just say 100. Let's say 140 of those are female and 100 are dudes, right?
Okay,
And I'm a heterosexual male, and so we looking at the 140 females.
got you.
I'm I'm just trying to be honest here. Just trying to be honest here.
Brother, don't let me
I bet you,
down.
I bet you, I would. I bet 100 of them, 100 of them would get it. I'm I just and of the 40, there might be some that, and I think every woman on God's great earth is a beautiful woman. She's somebody's sister, wife, daughter, whatever. Like I think all women are beautiful, but you are attracted, and I'm a non-discriminatory, black, white,
Absolutely.
big,
Asian.
small, big, small. It don't. I think in every shape, size, and color, women are beautiful. I'm
Come
like,
on,
I'm like,
brother.
I'm like big pun. I non-discriminate with that ass. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want people to think, oh, he only the super attracted. Like these people I find
Right, right.
attractive that standard society doesn't.
Would be
So
like, right, that's me
so
all day.
so of the 40, there's a handful. There's a handful that I'm just not attracted to, probably,
Okay,
right? And then there's a handful that we done been friends so long, like we family,
Right,
right?
right, right.
But there's 100 of them. There's 100 of them
Which is crazy because
that we and
my
they don't.
Facebook, I have about, I think on Facebook, I have about 7,000
Mhm.
people on my Facebook. Now, I don't know all
Let's say
7,000.
4,000 of them are dudes, right? Let's just say that. Let's just say 4,000 of them are just we're using round numbers. Let's say
Okay,
4,000 out of the 7,000 are dudes.
okay.
Three 3,992 of them would hit if you let them.
You know, that's crazy. But you know what? The older that I've gotten, like even people that I grew up with, you know what I'm saying, back home, that I never would have probably thought that I would have a relationship with because we grew up close. You know what I'm saying? Like that was
Listen,
him.
listen,
Will come to me now and be like, "Yo, what's up? What's pop?"
listen.
I'm like, "Yo, what is wrong with you?"
I interact with people all the time, and that thought doesn't cross my mind. What I'm saying is that if I go at home to Fayetteville to visit, which is where the majority of those 100 is, right? I ain't thought about
I'm gonna
that.
put you on that.
I ain't thought about that with 90 of them, right? 90 of that 100 that I would dig down. I ain't never thought that. I ain't never had that thought. But what I'm saying is there's 90 of them, married or not married, whatever, that if they called me up and said, I seen you was in town, I'm over by your hotel, can I stop by? And I'm gonna look at my phone, I'm gonna pull my phone away and be like, like, okay, come on
You
through.
won't call me like this. This is where I'm gonna be at. I'm gonna send you my location.
Yo, it's just gonna happen.
But see, I guess for me, I want to think.
So you saying that you want to have more faith in guys, or
No, not just got like I want to have more faith in a female male relationship. Like the connection. I feel like listen, we grown. Sex is sex. You understand what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
And
right,
I'm not saying that, sex ain't better with certain people or if they look better or smell better or feel better. But at the end of the
right.
day, sex is sex. You understand what I'm saying? Why we can't get to a level where we trying to connect mentally. We trying to,
So this is what we forget.
learn each other.
This is what we forget. We think because we have, what sets us apart from all the other animals on the planet is we have an evolved mindset and thinking, right? That's what sets us apart.
Yeah.
But we still animals. We still animals. Like, and that sounds so like it just sounds. And I'm a good dude, and it just sounds so just
But
prehistoric. But we
every
just
animal
animals.
just doesn't you got some species of animals that will turn away from, okay, if you
The
think
women,
about
the females, because what is it going on in everything? You watch National Geographic, and it's like, oh, he's doing his maiden dance to try and impress the female. It's not the dudes turning away nobody.
yeah. But if you think about like a lion and a tiger, every lion isn't meant for him to mate with.
But he
Some of
tries.
those lions, but some of those lions are just to help protect him, or some of the, and that's what I'm saying.
But he
Think
still
of
sleeps with
me.
her
No, he don't. They don't. He don't have sex with every lion in his. What's the name?
in his
He
pride. Yeah,
don't. No. We gonna
the
Google it.
big
I'm gonna
dog,
Google that.
the big dog,
Right,
the nick,
but you
the
have some
one
that are
walking, the one walking around like this is my shit. This is my shit. When it's heat time, he ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I guess you're right. I don't know. I feel like we as male and female, women and men, can learn so much from each other.
That's
if
true.
we are willing to take out the sex aspect sometimes. And the
Listen, it happens. There's two types. Like I said, there are the I'm just lying in wait, like I'm just waiting for an
mm,
opportunity, and the majority of that is not genuine, right? And then
yeah,
there's the so there I guess there's three types. There's the rare I'm really just your friend. That one in 100, right? But
right,
the rest of them are I'm just lying in wait. I might do some things that appear to be genuine, but I'm just trying to get credit so that when the door opens, I can slide on through. I'm your
okay,
I'm the first one you look at. You know what I'm saying? And then
right, right,
there's
right.
two
I got a lot of those.
right. And then there's two like my situation. Like I think you're dope. Like I really think you next level dope. But I actually enjoy our interaction as friends. So I have a
Yeah,
value that I place on that. So I'm not if you decide that you never want to take it there, then I'm
deal
not
with that.
I'm not missing
Right.
out on anything because I have a value in our relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, why can't we at least be there? Like, why can't we at least a majority be the number threes?
It's not that's not a majority though. The majority of them are the dudes that are they're like I'm being nice until I can get my opportunity.
But that's
Um,
what I'm saying. Why can't we be like? Why can't most men be? And I'm not a man. You feel me? So I don't know what the
because
instinct or the feeling
yo, what
is.
are you talking? Look, so you fine, you dope, we get along. It's hard not to think what could possibly be if I was romantically
But
involved
how
with
many
that person.
women are gorgeous, have a good head on their shoulders, fine, and dope? Got like that. Listen, I know 20 women right now that genuinely fit that category. You feel what I'm saying? It's not like, unfortunately, women like that are not a dime a dozen. Like, it, there's so many of us.
But
There's so many of us.
so a lot of dudes, like I said though, but a lot of dudes are just looking for a conquest though. That's the reason why it's the majority of them
Okay.
is that like a lot of them are
Because they're
just
not looking at them though for the what it can turn
right,
into,
right,
what it can become.
right,
They just like, yo, shorty
right,
bad, she dope, I'm
right.
ahead.
And so of the ones like it's probably split. I feel like that's the closest we got to other good guys, right? Like, cause I genuinely think I'm a good guy, but
You are.
I would smash some of these friends I have, right? Like, but I'm never
Oh,
pressing
la, la,
them.
la, la, la.
I'm never pressing them though. Like, I'm never being disrespectful. There's a lot of dudes that like
But does that
we have
make
a good
it
friendship
better? Does that make it better? Like, and I'm
because
just saying it.
you genuinely care about the person.
Okay, okay, okay.
You not just there to hopefully eventually get sex. Like
Okay, so it's
you do
genuinely
care.
you do care though. Okay,
Right, you care about
that
them.
that makes it sound better. I
I'm
mean,
just
it
saying.
does. It makes
I'm
it
just
sound better. Because
two
I don't
things
have,
can be
I
true.
know genuinely a lot of these people in my life. Like, I have a lot of male friends that I know I can call on, and you know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of them are not genuine.
Right.
Like, I'm doing it like you said, because I'm going to get kudos, or I'm going to wait for somebody to
Right.
fuck up, or, you know what I mean? I'm going to fall back because I'm going to be the one that she going to call on a
Right.
majority of the time, and eventually that's gonna lead her to run into my arms and be like, "Oh, you're what I've been missing all my life," you know.
Right. So two things can be true, Tiff, right? I
Okay.
can I can genuinely care about you
Okay.
and I can want to be inside you. Like that's two things can be true. Like
But as a woman, once you see, for me, as a woman, if you call yourself my friend, once I get that insight, or if I get any type of red flag that you would want to physically view, I can't fuck. You can't be my friend no
right,
more.
right. That happens. That happens all
You
the
can't
time.
be.
I was just talking with my friend about that, and she was saying the same thing. Like once they made it uncomfortable or you know whatever,
Mhm.
Like now
And
they
not even uncomfortable because you might have been. Listen, too many. I haven't come across honestly too many men that disrespect me.
right,
You understand what I'm saying? Even if we're friends and they want to take it somewhere else, they know not to because my mouth is reckless and I'm not gonna let you
right.
disrespect me.
Yeah, be
You
more
understand what
come
I'm
out in an
saying? It
instance.
comes out in that heartbeat. And
Right,
then I got too many people that I can call on whether they have ulterior motives or not. That's gonna split your head open if you come at me too reckless. If I
right,
place a phone call,
right.
right? So I don't have that. But even if it's respectful, once I have that in my mind and I know that, I can't rock with you the same
and
no
that's
more.
why, you usually don't ever find out. And that's
Yeah.
why there's so many women right now listening to me like saying full of shit. I can name five of my friends right now that don't want nothing to do with me. No, you wrong, ma. Four of them would smash. Four of them would smash.
And the
Right
one
now.
dog.
Four of
And the
them would
one
smash.
dog.
In
Yeah.
a proper four of them is smashed. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's hard. That's hard to.
It
I
sucks
don't
for
know why
y'all.
for me. It's right. It sucks because it's like when as a woman, do you ever or women do you ever feel like who you are is
It's not based
genuinely appreciated?
right. And that's why our relationship is so high value because
Yeah,
you know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? And it's rare.
Oh, you gonna make me cry.
So I joke a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like it sounds funny, and I truly mean like what I'm saying, but there
Yeah,
are situations where guys are genuinely friends with somebody and they're not looking to smash. Eh,
yeah,
Uh, and so I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm just saying it's a minority. Maybe my 9 out of 10. I do think a lot of men are evolving. I think, but if we're being honest with ourselves, it's still 7 or 8 out of 10, right? Like, but what happens is you have guys who there's an in between. There's an in between the dirt bag and the perfect gentleman, right? There's an in between, and
mm,
that's the halfway decent good guy. And for that's me. I'm a halfway decent good guy because there's so many of my female friends that I respect, that I honor our friendship. Like I
right.
think so highly greatly of them. But why if they showed interest in me, like, and I'm not saying just to smash, but like if one of these
Like
high
if they wanted
value
to take
friends,
it,
right? Like one of these high value friends was like, yo, Sen, I know we just been friends for the last 10, 15 years, but like I just got I'm in a place now where I feel like I want to get back out there and I'm really digging your vibe. Like I know we ain't never tried, we never even crossed that line, but would you be interested in going out? Like, why would I just be, so I'm saying, like, so premise before is like, oh,
mm,
so just because we've been friends, am I supposed to be the super good guy and say, you know what? I don't want to risk our friendship. Why not? Like, that is what I'm looking for, right? I want somebody that I vibe with, that we get along, I'm attracted to. So why would I
yeah.
not go out with you then?
Well, when you put it that way, that's I get it.
Right.
Honestly, when you put it that way, I get it. I think though, as I'm sure you're doing, you shouldn't let her on. Like you shouldn't give her any clues up front that you would do that.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. And that's
Yeah,
why I said y'all don't know so the same women that are like saying full of shit. I got 8 friends
right.
right now, and all of them on my road dogs. None of them would try because they not letting you know that because they
Yeah,
genuinely care about you, right? And that's
yeah,
the difference. Four of them probably, four of them probably don't care as much as you might would think if you was like, "Hey, come over tonight." But
right.
half of them probably are like, "I do care about it." Like that's the
So
dog.
what
You know what
what
I'm
would
saying?
be what would be some tools or signs for women to look out for to know the difference?
Oh, that's going to be incredibly difficult, right? Like like people in general, not just dudes, women too, but people in general are just good at lying and good at
Yeah,
pretending. You know what I'm saying? So it's this is and I
I
tell
hate a
people this all the
pretender.
time. you have very few opportunities to where it takes an opportunity presents itself to see the true inner self of a person. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And that's why those videos are so popular right now, right? Where the guy comes up to the girl and the guy, and they're like, "Call your guy, call you got a best friend
Oh
that's a
yeah, 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 yeah,
guy,"
yeah. Call,
and they're
call.
like,
Right,
"Yeah,
right.
call him right now and
Maybe the
say."
best friend be ready to smash.
Right, because I'm not lying. Like, women don't want to admit it. It may I
Yeah,
will concede that it may not be as high as what I'm saying, 9 out of 10. Maybe I'd like to think maybe there's more good guys out there, right? But it's high. It's over half. I'm gonna guarantee it's I could guarantee it's over half of your male friends would smash if given the opportunity to. That doesn't mean they want to. That doesn't mean all of them are waiting. Not all of them are dirtbags, and I don't want that to
right,
get
right,
confused, right?
right,
It doesn't
right,
mean that every one of them is like lurking, like, oh, soon as Tiff called me, I'm coming ready. You know what I'm saying?
right, right, right.
But it goes back to what I'm saying. Like, they would entertain it. Like, why not? We both consenting
Yeah,
adults. Why not? If you really, because
yeah,
most of us think we dope. You a dope person. Why would somebody not be attracted to you if
right,
you
right,
if
right.
you gave them the opportunity to? Right? Like, why is that such a concept that seems so abstract? But
That's a
half
good question.
right.
That's a good question because it almost makes me feel like through this conversation that I should walk around like, nigga, I know if I was trying to give you stuff, you would take it, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yo, pussy make the world go round. Like, I don't understand. Like, why we acting like that ain't the
But
case.
you know what? I think for me, I'm not going to speak for all womankind. I'm not going to be that spokesperson.
Right.
But I think for me, I just want to feel like I bring more to something than just
Yeah.
sex.
And listen, I was talking to my homegirl earlier, and I was like, yo, like, that sucks for y'all that you think you got this friendship with this person, and something happens a few months down the road. They're like, I actually really like you or something, and then you're like, yeah, but we just friends. I don't see you that way, and then they start the goofiness and they act different, and now you just had what you thought was a genuine connection
Right,
break.
right.
Like, that's sad as shit. But unfortunately, that is how that is. I don't know what the majority is. I don't know if it's 51% or if it's 80%. But unfortunately,
I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna see. It's gotta be something out there.
it is the majority. The majority of dudes are like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's hard. Like, listen, like, this chick I'm digging, like it's difficult to be like somebody is so dope. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, you gotta. But again, I
So what do you do? What
value.
do you do?
I don't do anything. I don't say nothing reckless. I don't flirt.
No, but I'm saying on the inside, like internally,
That's where
because
that's where we
if
got to be
you're feeling
met.
a genuine connection, right? Your
So
natural state as a man, like how do you
right.
control that?
So I got to decide: am I going to be goofy, or do I value this
So it's
relationship?
a choice.
Right. Am I going to be goofy, or do I value our friendship enough to continue building our friendship? Like, that's the problem is most men, whether they realize they have control over, most people in general don't have proper control over their emotions. So, but most men just choose goofy, right? The moment
Yeah.
the moment you're like, yo, I'm not interested in you like that, they like, all right, cool. Like, and they turn into clowns, you know what I'm saying?
Um,
But and I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying it's hard for us, because we have man pride is a real thing. I'm not making excuses for it. It doesn't justify some of the dumb shit that men do in society. It's hard to be like, I I really like you. I really respect you. I dig your vibe. What's up? And you're like, well, I only look at you like a friend. That type of rejection is hard for a man to then at that point.
nah.
I hold on. It's hard for a man at that point to choose the right road to go down and be like, you know what? I can respect that. Matter of fact, I respect your honesty even more, and I'm gonna place a higher value on our friendship because I don't want to lose that. Because we're hurt at that point. You know what I'm saying? If you've developed feelings for somebody, And it doesn't obligate a woman to reciprocate those feelings, but it doesn't dismiss the fact that the man is hurt. It's how we react that defines us truly as a man, right? Because if I act like a fucking clown, then I'm not a man, I'm a fucking clown. You know what I'm saying? But if
Yeah.
I can take that rejection, I don't even like using rejection, like we allowed to not like people, right? So if you can just
Right.
take the situation where you're like, okay, it wasn't meant for me and this person to be, but I respect what they bring to this table as a friend. So I'm gonna keep riding with them.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna keep riding with them and not make this fucking awkward and uncomfortable. Now
Exactly.
there's just not that many of there's not that many of us around though. And I ain't
But
listen,
if you're meeting a woman, if you have a connection with a woman on a friendship level, you bring it to her. First of all, you've already established um a, a unique bond, right? Because you're a man and a woman who can connect on a level without sex, without, you know what I mean? At least she thinks so. So why would you want to lose that? Why would you want to start
because
acting
you're
because of
because
pride?
again, you're not man enough to deal with it. And it happens more and it happens more at younger ages, right? Like 18, like 16, 18, 20, 25. As you get
Yeah,
older, as men,
you
because you know
start.
we
Yeah,
mature later than y'all. So
absolutely.
as we get older, then we start realizing it's not the end of the world that this chick don't want to be with me. But
Right.
at 20, when you think you invincible and you that dude, you know what I'm saying, you whatever, the audacity of her to think that I ain't worthy of, and it's wrong. Ladies, I'm not justifying it. I'm just explaining it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's wrong. And
Yeah.
it takes growth, unfortunately. That's why y'all experience so much trash when y'all are dating. You know what I'm saying? Like it's because it's hard. And again, like I'm trying to be as modest as possible because I'm just really not a douchebag. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Right. Right.
and I
But you
got
gotta let the people give them
and
the
I
real.
right, and I got friends that ain't douchebags. You know what I mean? I got friends that are men that don't cheat on their wives. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like there are good men out there. But I will say I wasn't always the good guy. Like I reacted negatively.
Yes, you were. You've
No, no,
always
no.
been a good guy.
I've always been probably a notch or two above wherever I was, right? But I haven't always reacted to rejection the best way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I haven't always been. I never was the type that, and you see this a lot. They like, hey ma, what's up? What's good? Da 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 da. And they like, nah, I ain't you. Bitch, you ugly anyways. Da da. I ain't never been that type. Y'all get
I've
that
had
all the
a dude
time.
do that.
Right. Y'all
I've
get
had
that
a
all the
dude do
time.
that to me. Like when I was younger, and it was my first time going to a club, and I had a boyfriend, and I went into the club, and like I'm talking about a club.
Right.
And the dude, like, you want to drink? And I'm like 16. I'm like, no, I'm good. I have a boyfriend. I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing.
Right.
Like, nah,
Now
I gotta. He like, bitch, fuck you. You ain't
you a
shot. Like,
hoe.
wait, hold
Right.
up,
Right.
because
So
I don't
I
want you to buy me.
right. So I've never been that dude, right?
Right.
I have been the one and I can't think of anybody specifically, but I know that I have been the one that's like my feelings are hurt, so now I'm gonna withdraw, and now our friendship is not the dope friendship it was before I was trying to get with you.
Now,
You
did
know
you
what I'm
cut her
saying?
off completely?
I don't know. I feel like probably I feel like I have done that. I feel like if I didn't cut them off completely, I changed enough that they weren't interested in, like it was hard to carry on the same conversation
Yeah,
again, right?
gotcha.
So, but I was young. That's it's no excuse. That's still trash behavior. But it took growth to be like, yo, I can't, like it's okay that people are, you not everybody's cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it's and
Yeah.
men, we just not mature. We just can't. Again, by no means, I keep adding this disclaimer because I just want to be clear. Like, I'm not justifying or excusing bad behavior. I'm
No, no, no.
explaining it. I'm just explaining it. Men are not capable of handling that properly. Y'all
And it's
handle
about this is about learning it, and this is why this is
right,
important.
And we're not teaching
because
men,
we need
and
to.
we this is another stuff. We're not teaching men how to be men. And I'm not on some, and that's not on some hating of any kind of gender. I'm just saying, like we're not teaching people how to be good people. Let me not even make it a gender
Yeah,
thing. We're not teaching people how to be good people. So we are not
I
raising our children to understand that not every rejection is a rejection of your character or yourself or your life, right? Like
agree.
you're gonna get told no, and it's okay. And you don't have to respond in a toxic way when you
Mhm.
get told no. We not
And
teaching
I
that.
think we need to add to that it's okay for you to have a genuine relationship with the opposite sex that does not include sex.
I guess.
I know, listen, you can't say all that shit and then when I put a net, you like, like,
I mean,
listen, no, but that what you said, listen, brother, what you just said was beautiful.
right.
You understand what I'm saying? So we can include, because I think, and I get it. You know, it's. I have two boys. As soon as they came out, it's like women. Like you
Right.
know what I'm saying? You're a boy. Boys belong with girls, and they belong with girls so that they can have kids and have a. But I never recall saying it's okay to have a friend that's a little girl, and y'all just friends. You and
Yeah, we
I'm
didn't
saying that as a
tradition
parent.
right. Traditionally, we didn't teach platonic relationships.
Exactly, and so
We kept them
maybe that's
separated because we're like,
yeah,
nah, don't close that door. Don't no, you can't be out with him or her or whatever like that. We didn't teach that, yo, you can
yeah.
coexist with somebody of the opposite sex and it's okay. You know what I
And
mean?
it's okay.
So I think that's a good spot to wrap it up because that'll lead into a whole bunch of other things. I feel like I don't know. I
I
represented
love
myself
it.
well. I know
Listen, you're the
hey,
shit, and you know you are.
I appreciate you.
I've always listen. You know I love you. I love you, and you've been so much to me, and I know through this platform you're gonna be so much to so many other people.
That's legit. So I love you too, says. Hey, that's the prettiest tiff right there. I'm your man, Carolina Sen. This was the She Say He Just a Friend episode. I just thought that was funny to
You just
bring
a
that did.
friend.
But this is the Love and Flaws podcast with
Love
Tiff
and
and Sen.
flaws.
We appreciate everybody that took time out of their day, out of their lives to join us and pay attention. This was episode 1. So hopefully this was one of a million to come. So we love y'all. Peace out.
Peace.